Don't you dare, ref. That's he got the ball. Good evening, Tottenham fans all across the globe. Happy Saturday to you all, and hopefully you're having a great start to your weekend. Less than 72 hours on from the defeat against Galatasaray in Istanbul, Tottenham now have the opportunity to bounce back and secure against Ipswich Town as we welcome the newcomers to N17. We head into this game potentially missing as many as 7 key players. However, there is no excuse, there is no hiding place. We have a 25-man squad for a reason, and now it's time for others to step up and make their mark. Ipswich are still without a win this season, which is leading to some Tottenham fans worried about the possibility of Dr. Tottenham showing up. However, we are at home and at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It has been a fortress for us this season, having won every game there except the North London Derby. So a win is a must as we look to head into the international break on a high, which is a rarity for Tottenham, given usually we are heading into the international break with 2 weeks to stew over a defeat. Now, let's take a look at the lineup that I think Postecoglou will choose to face the Tractor Boys. In goal, Guglielmo Vicario will return between the sticks, replacing Fraser Forrester, who was disappointing Thursday night and looked every bit of 40 years old. I do expect Vicario to hopefully have a relatively quiet afternoon, with Ipswich sitting 20th in both chances created and shots. However, he will need to stay alert from set pieces, an area which in fairness he has shown notable improvements, and ensure that his distribution remains sharp throughout. Returning at left back, replacing Archie Gray, who had a brilliant game midweek, I may say, against Galatasaray, it will be the return of Destiny Udogie, who we managed to rest. And with the rest, Udogie should be fresh and ready to go, hopefully revitalised and get back to his very best form, as he was vulnerable to attacks down his side in recent weeks. At right back, it will be Postman Porro, who provided an absolute beautiful, well-timed and executed assist for Dominic Solanke Thursday night. And with Pedro Porro's ability, I do think he should be doing that more often. However, he still struggles with defending the back post, an area that he really needs to improve on. If not, teams will continually to target that weakness with crosses. Heading into centre-back, and at right-sided centre-back, Ange Postecoglou did say in his press conference that Cristian Romero could feature this weekend. I think especially with his call up for international duty with Argentina, I think surely he starts here today, doesn't he? I don't think it would sit very well with Tottenham fans if he didn't start against Ipswich Town and then went on international duty and played for Argentina, because it would raise the age-old question, is he more committed to Argentina than he is Tottenham Hotspur? However, I suspect with him being called up for the Argentinian squad for international duty, I would hazard a guess that they've had contacts with Tottenham Hotspur and that they feel like he will be back for this Ipswich game, which then means he will be fit for international duty. And given our defensive performance Thursday night, we badly need Romero back in the lineup. His ability on the ball makes a significant difference, as it allows us to be able to play out from the back much more effectively compared to when Radu Dragusin and Ben Davies there. And playing out from the back, we know, is a key component to Ange ball being very, very effective. And that means if Romero has been given the green light, he will likely partner Radu Dragusin with Ben Davies dropping to the bench, despite Ben Davies being the better of the two on Thursday night. But as I do believe this will be Davies' last season at Tottenham, for me it makes sense for Postecoglou to focus on the future of the club, which is Radu Dragusin. Now, I didn't expect Radu Dragusin to embody the welcome to hell experience as well as he did on Thursday night. It was an absolute nightmare for him. It's one of the worst central defensive performances I've seen in my lifetime. And he's received a lot of criticism, especially off the back of his agent constantly in the press, pushing for more game time. And quite frankly, it's something I pointed out very early in Radu Dragusin's Tottenham career. I do have serious concerns about his ability in possession and whether he can really truly challenge the likes of Romero or Van de Ven long term for their position, because playing out from the back and being comfortable on the ball is very key in modern day football, but also for Ange Postecoglou's system. That being said though, I do think Radu Dragusin was brilliant against Man City and Aston Villa, and I think he absolutely deserves his chance to make amends today. And in no means am I writing Radu Dragusin off. He's only 22, he's still got plenty of time to improve, but against Ipswich, coming up against Liam Delap, he's going to have to show a lot better than what he did Thursday night. At CDM, again, it's the interesting choice. Do you go with Bissouma? Do you go with Rodrigo Bentancur? However, I do expect Yves Bissouma to drop to the bench here. And don't get me wrong, Yves Bissouma, he always gives maximum effort like we've seen Thursday night. But he really struggles in possession, and it does come at a cost. He keeps giving away the ball. He does a lot of good things in terms of getting in, making tackles, but then when he goes on his dribbles, often when he goes to pass the ball, he passes it straight back to the opposition, and it does cost Tottenham in terms of attacking play, but also gives the opposition ball back to be able to turn it on us, which happened multiple times Thursday night. Whereas Bentancur, on the other hand, he keeps the play flowing. He has a 92.4 pass percent completion rate. He also excels at reading the game, having made 11 interceptions so far this season. And it goes with what I'm seeing with the eye test. We look a lot more comfortable, and I think we create more and dominate a lot more games when he plays that number 6 role. And of course, his latest cameo off the bench against Galatasaray, he definitely deserves to start here against Ipswich in the pivot role. Also, Bentancur has started 6 matches compared to Bissouma's 4 and was selected for the last 2 games against Aston Villa and Manchester City in the Cup, which I think suggests that Postecoglou has settled on Rodrigo Bentancur as his preferred choice in that number 6 role. Joining Rodrigo Bentancur in the midfield will be the guy who had a chance to maybe salvage a point for Tottenham Thursday night with a long-range effort which was way off target, and it is one area that Jack, in fairness, has highlighted that Kulusevski does need to improve, is his shooting in front of goal. However, Kulusevski is in absolute excellent form overall. He's registered 3 assists in his last 2 games, bringing this season's total to 5 assists and 2 goals. His 57 touches in the opposition area is only second to Bukayo Saka and Bernardo Silva, highlighting the attacking impact that Kulusevski is having on Tottenham this season and why Spurs fans are gushing over him. Kulusevski's ability to be able to find space on the right side of the midfield and drive inside is absolutely devastating and is one of his key assets, and teams right now are really struggling to contain him. The way he's playing is very similar to Moussa Dembele, and we need another massive performance from Coutinho here. Now, the third body in midfield, there's a big question here. Should James Maddison's creativity be prioritised against a team where we're expected to dominate, or has Sarr well and truly earned his right to get back into the starting 11? Well, for me, I think if James Maddison's output was significantly better than Sarr's, I would say yes, but I don't think it has been. And Maddison had his chance Thursday night. For me, he didn't make the most of it. So I do think Sarr will come in here, and he has made significant strides in improving his game, demonstrating the ability to be able to start moves from deep, dictate the tempo, and provide the defensive work off the ball, whilst he's also contributing with goals and assists. When Sarr plays, he gives us a lot more control in that midfield, a crucial area for me where games are won and lost. Heading into the forward area, and we really are stretched here right now. Start with left wing, of course, it will be the return of captain Sonny, who did only play 45 minutes Thursday night with a view of resting him and making sure he's fully fit to go against Ipswich today. Now, with Son, of course, we have no choice. Tottenham are trying to carefully navigate Son's return from injury to make sure that he doesn't suffer any more long-term injuries, because he's already picked up a few niggles this season. But with Mikey Moore being out with illness, Richarlison out with his hamstring now again, Timo Werner out, Wilson Udabur out, we have no option but to play Son here. And look, when he has come back for the last few cameos, he hasn't really looked too sharp. He got going in the second half against Aston Villa for the first 10 minutes, but he knew he was going to come off regardless. The other night, he didn't really look too sharp either. However, he still has them flashes of brilliance despite not being up to full fitness, and they are absolutely devastating. So let's go, Sonny. Now, moving on to right wing, and his father actually had a spell at Ipswich Town, so there'll be a bit of needle in the family for this game. It is the Welshman who is on fire right now, Brennan Johnson. Of course, another one who was substituted at half-time against Galatasaray to ensure that he's fully fit for this game. And again, he is our only available right winger as well, so really short in that department. But one thing I think Brennan Johnson has demonstrated to Spurs fans that maybe question his ability, he has clearly mastered the art of getting into the box at the right time, which has led to him scoring 7 goals in his 15 appearances for Tottenham this season. However, against Ipswich Town, I do expect us to force them back and for them to really sort of sit back in a low defensive structure. This is a match where Brennan Johnson will need to demonstrate that he can create chances for others around him, an area where there is still some question marks about that area of his game. That being said, he had a brilliant assist for Will Lancashire on Thursday night, which should give him a lot of confidence in that aspect as he heads into this game. And then up front, it's the man who came off the bench to make a difference yet again midweek, and it is Dominic Solanke, of course, with a superb little flick into the back of the net. A great run as well, by the way, to come from behind Davinson Sanchez to get in front, stay on side, and then flick that as well. Shows a guy in real confidence right now, of course, scoring 3 goals in his last 2 games. Why wouldn't he be? And his movement and his strength have really added a new dimension to Tottenham's attack. It means we're no longer readable. We can go through the middle or we can go out wide, which gives oppositions a real headache. And in this game, coming up against Ipswich, I'd back Dominic Solanke to score another goal or 2 in this game. So guys, that's my predicted lineup for this game. I'm really excited. I cannot wait. Hopefully we can head into the international break on a real high, which shows maybe times are starting to change a little at Tottenham Hotspur. So guys, in the comment section, please give me your predicted lineup, your thoughts heading into this game, anything you agree or disagree with, and your score prediction. Get to bed early. I'll see you bright and early tomorrow, 11 a.m. for the pre-match build-up here for every single game this season. As always, come on you Spurs. In the big hands we trust. We never stop.